Ladies and gentlemen, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome back to ETF2L Season 43. Now, you might be confused because you've been watching ETF2L Season 44 this entire time, but we're here for the award show for the season that stopped happening, before Christmas. Yep. Fortunately, we're delayed by, 5 minutes because I was watching League of Legends, and then I forgot that I had to be here at 21, so, it is what it is. I was eating my food, delaying the whole broadcast, but now we're here. To take us along for the ride. We've got a lot of guests, more than we normally have for Fully Charged, and it's a Saturday after all. So, starting off, helping me along, is the other TFTV representative. We've got Bumfries. How are we doing?
Very good, thank you.
And we've got Kunu as well.
Hello.
And then we've got the one and only Mac.
What's up?
Then we've got Haunts from CSG fame.
Hey, what's up?
And then finally, we've got the guy who's responsible for killing the league. The only reason that Prem hasn't happened yet, it's Sodium. Everything that's happened, it's all his fault.
Yep, can confirm.
All right, cool. So before we actually start the awards, because this season happened a little while ago, I think it's good. So let's just kind of real quick, let's think back to before New Year's. Let's think back to the season that we had, and just take a quick look. I actually don't think we're gonna have a graphic for this. I'm just saying this off the top because I think it's funny to annoy JMax. But the top 3 teams last season, we had Witness Gaming. They took it all. But then, shock horror, second place League of Shadows. I asked their entire team to come on, besides Delhi. I think at a certain point I stopped being bothered. I was like, whatever. But none of them showed up. I wanted to get Zams on because I thought that'd be funny. Instead, we have representation for League of Shadows as the guy who beat them at LAN, which is Mac.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about the results? Actually, morale. What happened in your matchup here, the lower bracket final against League of Shadows? What went wrong?
Flick is all powerful. Flick is the best player ever. Nobody should ever talk down to Flick.
Nice. All right. Haunts, you had the opportunity to play against these two teams, TF2EZ and League of Shadows. I assume you watched the game. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah,
Did you feel coming into the games that League of Shadows were going to be able to take it to second place?
Of course, they had fancy elf. Why would they not win? They're the best ever in Prem. Of course, they would win.
Was it actually a Merc factor?
I don't know, but Fancy
without
Fancy
wanting to
destroyed
beef
them.
the other demos, yeah. I rate Fancy. He's a good demo. He pogged off in that series.
Yeah.
I was muted. I was trying to bring
sorry.
this up, but then I forgot that I was muted. Okay, guys.
Stop
We're
eating.
really good at this. So, you can see the bracket on your screen right now. See what happened. League of Shadows, they took it 2-1 against CSG. They're called Cuban Study Group here. They're called whatever. CSG. Haunts, how do you rate your season coming into this game? How are you feeling? You got 4th place. Is it good?
I mean, it could have been better for sure, but I don't know. They had 2 mercs and we still lost to them against League of Shadows, but can happen. Also, it was also my debut, so I kind of have the cope on my part.
All right. Now, I think I'm going to be honest. We're going to stop beating around the bush. We're just going to go straight into it. So, I've been given a list of who we're going to nominate when. So, first up, I believe, unless I get a thundering sound of disagreement from Mumble, because we did change this last second, but I'm not quite sure if I managed to change it on my notepad. We have Pocket Scout of the season. Am I correct? Okay. Pocket Scout of the season. Sodium is here to read out who was nominated for these awards.
Yep, so for Pocket Scout of the season, we have Flick, Morale, and Thomas.
All right, guys. I'm going to pass it over to Mac. Who are we feeling for this? What's the vibe like?
Probably Thomas. Between Thomas and Kunu. No Ams is kind of big. Sometimes it goes to 4, right, on these. But yeah, I don't know. I think the other two are cut above. Pretty easy to give it to the guy who won as well. So yeah, probably Thomas. Not gonna be. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not gonna get crazy on this one.
Kudu, you gonna get crazy? You have to defend yourself though.
I don't have to defend myself. I'm going to get crazy another way and beat down on myself and say, actually, this was my worst season ever. So even, well, I think Flick should get more than me, honestly. Thomas was clear in this season. I definitely put him winning by at least 60% or something. Honestly, I turned up fairly alright at LAN, but this season was arguably my worst ever. So,
What about you, Bum? What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, it's just Thomas. There's really nothing to say. I mean, Thomas might even, I can't remember if he was nominated for player or not, but he's up there for player as well. So I think on Pocket Scout, he's pretty clear of the others.
Holtz, do you agree with Mac? This is a travesty. Should AMS be on this list?
Yeah, AMS should be on this list for sure. I don't think he would win, but he should be on the list. It's just AMS.
You could put him above Flick, even. I get that you play slower, but you could. I don't know. You don't have to.
I think after this season that we've just been playing, you could definitely. But
yeah,
I think
Flick
he was
Yeah.
absolutely. I think AMS was like absolutely coming like. He was just getting back in the swing of things.
Yeah,
that season, and this season he's really been a lot more of his old self. So, but that's looking ahead, I guess.
All right, yeah. I think there's an important caveat for this season, which is that we did have Arcadia like right towards the end of the regular season before ETF2L playoffs. So we had like 6 weeks of ETF2L, and then we went to LAN. We played a really, really good LAN, and then we came back and had to like Duma online like a bunch of ETF2L finals. Did that impact you, Kunu? Did that impact the vibes of the team coming back home after LAN and having to play more ETF2L games?
Yeah, massively. I'll be honest, no one could be asked. Me especially. You come off the hype of what was a 5-hour long grand final, 5 golden caps at LAN, and then you think, oh, I gotta go play bastard ETF12, haven't I? It wasn't anybody's fault. It's just how it worked out with timing and stuff. But yeah, it definitely played a significant factor.
All right, Sodium, take us away. Who got this award?
All right, coming in third is Morale. Flick
Good.
coming in second, and Thomas taking it by a very decent margin. Let's put it that way.
I stay winning.
Congratulations.
I believe JMax had some stat he was bragging to me about. He got an average of 37.9 kills a map.
That's crazy.
That's pretty insane.
That feels boosted. Even for
is that even
Thomas.
right? Is that like Jesus? That's insane if that's true. Oh, wow, he apparently checked it and everything. Jesus,
Like
that's very high.
Like season 40 has something similar as well.
Yeah, that was understandable.
That season was farmed as well.
I mean,
That season might have been more.
ACN Grand Final.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, I'd be a cheater, man. Not many other people have done that.
All right, let's move this along before we start flaming the French too much. We've got the flank scout of the season.
Right. For flank scout of the season, there's 3 nominees as well. Zoe, Pixie, and Gazi.
All right, guys, Kunu, you've not been playing with Gazi this season. How does it feel? Reminisce back. Do you think he's worthy? Who do you think should take this?
I think Gazi should take this. I think Gazi, when he was playing with us, was second to none when it came to flank scouts, at least that season. I think he was a cut above everybody else, to be honest. The amount of plays he would make, the amount he would contribute to the overall team plan, his personality, everything, the way he would, like you'd have Josh who controls the main call aspects, but Gaz would be the main like the vibe voice, you know, keep everybody in check, make sure everybody's having a good time.
Do you feel a significant difference, Haunts? You played against all of these guys on the flank. Anyone in particular stands out, troubled you more than the rest?
Gazi is the. I hate playing against Gazi. He's crazy. He just hits everything, man. His movement is crazy, so I don't know. I hate playing against him.
All right, Bumfries. We need some non-biased TFTV caster takes.
Well, with the hindsight of having this season, I think you've got to give it to Gazzy because Nikki has just killed TF2 Easy off, stone dead.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
No, on a more serious note, like Gazzy had a very, very good season last season. I think it's hard to take it away from Ixie. It's because it's always difficult, to not give these things to just the team that won the season in kind of every role. But it was very close between Ixie and Gazzy, I think, last season. I think it's pretty inoffensive if either of those get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my hands up. Used to be the Gazzy hater, went to LAN. Now it's all smoothed over, and it's pretty obvious that there's like a big difference in like okay, pretty obvious. I play like crap against that team like on LAN and online, and like with Nikki and with Gazzy. So maybe I shouldn't word it like that, but I think there's a big difference between TFTZ without Gazzy and with Gazzy.
All right, I have no comments. Sodium.
Yep. Taking it away from third place is Zoe. Gazzy coming in second. Ixie taking home Flank Scout of the season. Second consecutive time.
Congratulations to Ixie. Ixie did play really well. I think we were talking all about Gaz. Ixie also. I think Ixie did the most baller thing anyone's ever done in a frag video, where he posted the frag video after LAN. Granted, not the ETF2L season, but, gets a 5k to win the entire grand final, just slaps at the end of his frag video, no big deal. Kind of big. I think actually I completely forgot. We didn't mention Zoe. I think Zoe had an incredible season, and I wish Zoe the best. I hope Zoe comes back. Zoe was really good. Looked like had a lot of potential.
Zoe's a wonderful person.
Zoe had some clutch plays last season against my team, especially. On Sniper as well, just correct on Sniper.
Zoe LAN Sniper compared to Zoe online Sniper is something different.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm whack for this take. I think all three of these scouts are like similar in the good way. They're all communicators. I think that's what they have in common. All three of them like have a push to talk key, so pretty cool.
All right, let's bring it along. Next award, Pocket of the Season. Most important award, obviously. Everyone knows.
Not biased, no. 3 guys as well nominated here. Josh, Rons, and Pappy.
All right, guys. We should just get the Pappy talk out of the way.
Well, you should, because you can never shut up about the cunt.
Yeah, this guy... Yeah, but like now I'm different, because he's baited me like 4 times in a row. I'm a Pappy hater. This guy sucks. Actually, this is one of the ones I can't remember. I did not vote for Pappy this time, which is a big no in my values, but I had to change. I had to see the light. Guys, let's talk about Rons. What do you think of this guy?
He owns my dreams.
It's crazy.
Oh, I wake up in the middle of the night, there's a raccoon in front of me.
I hate playing against him, man. I gotta say it. He's definitely good. He's not like Josh Pappy tier, like probably, obviously, but he's really annoying to play against as a demo. He's always doing yeah, he's just always doing some bullshit fast rollout, man. It's annoying.
Okay.
I mean, I suck. Yeah, okay, and you know me as well, so yeah, I can't handle it, man.
That's fair enough. I mean, my experience, and I think if you talk to anybody who has been on TF2EC the last year, they just say this guy just for like a couple months was this guy only bombs scouts and he's really annoying, and then he just only bombs soldiers and he's really annoying.
Now he only bombs demos.
Now he only bombs demos.
It's because he's everywhere, man. He's everywhere. He's got work rate.
He's got the one thing he has. I think he's second to none in Pro right now when it comes to wanting to be the winner. Honestly, I think he has the hunger that nobody else has. Otherwise, why would you yell at Flick to his face at LAN?
I remember very fondly at LAN standing behind Rons, watching him miss an air shot, and then like pull his hands behind his back, like, no! I was so upset. And that's the most beautiful moment I've ever seen in another human being. I'm like, that's my goat. That's why I voted for Ron's. Bumfries, who'd you vote for this one?
I don't know. I don't actually have ETF2L open, but I'd assume it's Pappy. I think Pappy is pretty clear of the other ones on this one. It's another not that close one. Josh had a good land, but I don't know about the season. It's always rough for Josh in the season on his
seasons.
internet.
Always seem to suck for us when having Josh awful internet, and we apparently have a curse on our medics having awful internet as well. Also having trouble last season and during this season, so that's whatever.
All right, Horns, you're a soldier player. What do you think? So, vote.
I think I voted Pappy, but it was very close to picking Ron to this one. Because Ron is just... He's like everywhere on the map. I push flank, he's called on combo, I push flank, he's on the flank. I don't get it. He's just everywhere. I don't know.
You can't escape.
Yeah.
Sodium, take us away. Who won?
All right. Taking it in from third again. Josh coming in third. Ron's coming in second, and yeah, Pappy, as expected, taking it by, I think, the biggest margin of the night.
Going positive on Pocket. Huh?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, this Pappy guy is kind of good.
I think that being the biggest margin of the night probably makes sense as well.
Yeah. Do we actually want to big up Pappy? Do we need to do this? Should we explain?
That's what you do, man. You love doing it.
Okay. Do I get my?
This is your territory.
This guy is simultaneously the best pocket mechanics in Prem, while also being the best team leader Prem has had since Cadus, and that's insane that he does both at the same time. And there are very few players capable of doing this, and I think that makes him a very special boy.
It's a shame Amps didn't get nominated, so you can't do it for him too.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so hard this season, actually. What am I gonna do? Alright, next award. We got Aroma of the Season. Sodium.
Roamer of the Season. We have, again, 3 nominees being Duo, Silentes, and Nubby.
Let's start out with Duo. What's our experiences against Duo?
I didn't play against him in the season, and without getting too beefy, I don't know.
What are you about to say?
No, I didn't feel it on LAN. But I guess that entire team, maybe.
I think their entire team was impacted.
Except Zoe.
Yeah.
And I guess Zams was a good stand-in. You have no idea how good Deli would have been.
How we feeling about Duo Hunt?
I feel the same as Mac. I didn't really seem much of a trouble, at least to me. Compared to Navi and Sil, of course.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely not in the same league as Sil and Ubby.
Yeah.
But I think his issue that season was getting overshadowed by Ron's. I think in a lot of situations where he in a different team where he wasn't with such a overpowering soldier partner, he may shine a lot more because I think he has a lot to offer, a lot more than a lot of people think. But yeah, when you're playing with Rons and Zoe, who seem to take all the limelight when it comes to playing that League of Shadows team, then it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, I think people kind of forget that soldier duos kind of need 2 soldiers and not just one from Rons. I think Duo kind of took a little bit of a backlight to let Rons do more, and I think that's a very noble act.
Yeah, he's an enabler. He chills.
Yeah.
So Rons can do crazy stuff.
You'll see the same thing in our team. We
A lot
have
of teams like that.
Josh gives himself a Nubby to shine a lot of the time, so it happens. It doesn't really happen in winners because both their soldiers seem to be able to do that regardless. The boyfriend bomb, etc. But yeah,
how we feel about Nubby this season? Before New
I can't
Year's.
remember the season, honestly. I have no memory of the thing, but for me, in the last year and a bit or so, it's been Tomas versus Nubby for best player in Europe. So that's my take.
I think the same. Still as well. Still can join that, but Navi is fucking crazy, man. I don't know. Also, not only against me, but also against my, I guess, Condog and Fancy. It just brings the worst in them when they see Navi.
He's a chaos merchant. He's a chaos merchant.
Yeah.
He thrives in it, and he causes it, and he thrives in it. So,
Would you say that Nubby is harder to play against than Silentes?
Yeah, for sure. At least against my combo, because on the flank it's just a flank. But if roamers can cause trouble to the combo, he's a big guy. Yeah.
I think Nubby had a really good season last season and a really good LAN as well. People were saying like the biggest difference maker in the final of Arcadia was like Nubby. So if he was ever going to win it, it should have been this season. But it's always so difficult when it's like it's Nubby versus Sil. It's like that's a really close fight.
Sil's one of the best players in Europe ever.
Yeah,
and he's done it for what 8-9 years. And to be still fighting someone like Nubby, who's a Zuma kid who puts in so much effort and has so many like natural mechanics, like it's only credit to Sil than it's anything else.
Yeah, I think these guys are very different players. So a bit of a toss up. What you prefer, honestly, it feels like for me. I think one thing, Slenters brings the funny heavy sometimes, and Nubby will just snipe randomly. And,
we're not on 12th cluster of the season yet. Hold your horses.
Nope.
I think Arms makes a very good point. Like Sil is more of a team player, and Sil has, I think, more obviously because of his experience. He has the game sense and that lot that can contribute a lot more to the team. But I think I can't speak for myself because I've only ever played with both of them. I've not played against Nubby, but yeah, I think most people say you'd feel Nubby a lot more just because of the amount of playmaking stuff he does.
Right, Sodium, who took this one?
For flanks, for roamer, we have Duo coming in third, Nubby coming in second, and Sil taking it. Reasonably close, and it's Sil's fourth roamer of the season.
And how many pockets of the season?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same.
I would have to look up how many pockets he's won.
How far off is he off Mike's record, or is that already broken by someone?
No, Mike's still on top. I think
Mike's
Mike
still on top,
Linkadis.
How far off is he? It can't be too far off at this point, right? Just like a few more seasons of this. But we haven't got the research.
On the site it says Sil has 6 awards, and there's like Mike.
It's actually Doe who's getting really close.
Yeah,
he's now in the top 5 with 12 awards.
You have to remember also one of Mike's is overrated player of the season. So
probably true, man. They played against Fringe Repairmen back then, so CP Orange players. No one cares.
All right,
Numlock's
guys.
best clip is on CP Orange.
Holy.
All right. Speaking of CP Orange mates, let's go to Demoman of the season.
What?
This is where we get upset that Wandom isn't nominated.
Nobody's ever. So no.
You seen my demo? My demo is insane.
Dude, I literally hit the gritty on your demo, man. What is this?
All right. 3 nominees again. Domo, Fancy, and Nazboy.
All right, Wandom got force muted by JMax for talking about his demo, so I guess I'll do the hosting for a bit. Mac, as the resident demo of the chat, you go first.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 of those kids are cheeks, and I'm probably bad, but real talk. I don't know. If I don't want to be confrontational, I say it's Domo. It's easy, but I don't like saying that because he wears glasses. He's a prick. So
excuse me.
It's not bad. Man. Okay, I'm just gonna say I like Fancy Elf a lot, man. He's a good demo. It's really hard to play against him. I keep thinking that kid cheats, man. playing against him. Not actually, but I'm just like, man, he's got like the best demo movement, man. He always dodges my first stick. It sucks.
Fancy
don't like
has
playing against him.
Yeah, Fancy has really good mechanics. The thing I don't know if anybody else has heard me or somebody else say this in the last year or so, but Fancy is Lucas without the trapping ability. As
He
well.
might, yeah.
He's very smart when it comes to like team fights, and he's got incredible DM, but the one thing he still lacks is trapping ability, and I can say the same for this season. But yeah, I mean he's got a very bright future if he keeps playing. I mean he's still 16.
Yeah.
Through the Yams Academy. Great product.
How's it been playing with him that season, Haunts?
Is the best demo in Prem right now and last season, I think. He has a good season with us. Then he plays playoffs with the Flick and Rons, and he still delivers. He's a young kid with a like big roof above him. He has crazy potential.
All right, Bumfries, any final thoughts on the Demoman gameplay?
Yeah, Fancy had a like really crazy story in that season, I guess, to like come and play for League of Shadows as well in playoffs and then get them to second while playing like super well in those games as well was really hype. I think I voted for him as demo of the season, even though I don't think it's true. I think like Domo is still like the better demo overall, but like just for that performance that season, I gave it to Fancy. And yeah, I think it's definitely between Fancy and Domo. Probably the objective answer is Domo, but my heart said Fancy.
What? Can we bring up Naz before we go to the thing? Is he paying for the pay? Is he playing for the paycheck now, man? Where's the love?
He's definitely not playing for the paycheck. That's for sure.
Damn.
He's trying to acquire the paycheck, but I don't think he's playing for it at this point. I think of the three, Nas is probably the trap smartiest. That's not weird. That's not weird. But I mean, he's had some rough games, and he'll admit that himself. I don't whether that's this season or last season. I don't. It's all memory at this point. But he's still top 2 demos in Europe easily.
Yeah.
So I think it's not a contest in that sense. I don't think. But I think
I would have thought like a few seasons ago. There's still more to go, and it seems like stunted almost. I thought he was still getting better.
He still is.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
I
didn't engage.
I think everybody's just getting better.
Yeah, 100%.
By moment, it's just people get better at different rates and whatnot, and people overtake each other. And some people get old and fall off. Me.
And
Me. All right, Sodium. Who's got this one?
So coming in third is Nas. Coming in second is Domo.
oh,
Fancy winning Demoman of the season. Congratulations.
Alright. Fair enough.
Nice.
that's first season as well.
That damage per minute is wrong, man. That should be like 400. That's crazy. He's not even 300.
All right.
Consider this a warning.
This is a nice result, actually.
After winning debut just the season before,
Yeah,
he's now taken his respective class.
crazy.
I think the discussion we had about Sil versus Nubby, the Roma kind of applies here as well between Fancy and Domo. It feels like a little bit of the same thing, but on a different class, you know.
Mac, when you won your season, were you the only one to not get the award?
Yeah.
Now that's happening again.
I think I've only been nominated like once as well. Eames stole that shit from me, man. How does he win it if he lost to me?
Hey man,
he has a cheater on his team as well.
Oh, true.
Come on now.
Yeah,
You're main
Eames-
calling to a cheater. You're meant to be like the GOAT main caller, genius demo, better than Mac, and then you lose to me. Come on, man.
His legacy.
He must have
his
fixed
legacy though. You got to think of the Eames. Don't go to mid. You got to think of it. Witness did it to us yesterday. Like.
All right, guys. Medic of the season.
Everyone's favorite. We have Lula, Otto, and June as nominees.
All right, any medic maidens in here? Talk.
Well, I think this is probably the closest like three-way split
yeah.
that you could have. Like June, Otto, and Mula last season were all playing like really, really well. Especially at LAN, Otto had like a crazy performance. Honestly, I think if any of the three take it, it's like absolutely fine from how they played last season.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna get ahead of myself here and talk about this season. Is that people are gonna just auto vote for like Otto and June because they're the names they recognize, but people have to put some respect on Piggles because he's been playing the best med this season. I think Otto and June have fallen off a bit from like what they were doing last season, and Piggles isn't getting the respect he deserves. Man, that guy's playing crazy at the moment.
I can attest to that because I've heard multiple times Josh say this season, "Where's this guy been this whole time, man?"
Yeah, exactly. Like at the start of the season, I thought Piggles is like the guy you round out your roster with when all the good meds are taken, but that guy has been like
Too busy
playing by far the
dicking
best.
around. He is like,
Yeah.
All
But
right.
yeah, for last season, like any of these three can take it. It was really
Yeah.
good mid season.
What I was going to say before is I don't know who it was who came up to me and other people at the end of LAN and said, "Who do you think the MVP is?" But I think the vote was split between Nubby and Auto for a lot of people. So I think that says enough about how Auto's performance was this season, that season, sorry. And what I will say is, coming into this season, the amount of times Nas and Nubby went to me like, "We have to get June if Auto leaves. We have to get June. We have to get June." I was like, okay, she's got to be good if this is the case. So
I think
that's-
June had a really sick playoff performance. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of where she stood out for me. Was her games against CSG? She was amazing. Against TF2 Easy as well, she was playing so good. There were so many moments that she had like clutched up, hit some arrows, did some dodges. It was really impressive stuff to see. All right. Any comments on Mula?
he's an angel,
He's probably going to get it because his
What are you
team won.
talking about?
probably.
All of the Americans are going to show up in chat. They're going to start spamming Mula drip out of nowhere, and then going to leave again.
The guy does have drip.
All right, Sodium. Who took?
Yeah. Coming in third is Otto, followed by June and Müller winning second time in a row medic of the season.
How big was the gap between the?
This better be close because if this is a distance, then there's a hate crime going on here.
It's about 26 difference in votes on a total of about 180.
Wow.
That's harsh. It's very harsh, but whatever.
I think it's deserved.
I think any order would make sense.
Yeah,
Any order, but
definitely.
if there's a disparity in any form, then it's hate crime.
All right, congratulations to Mula. The first, he's number 1 in kills, and that's what matters. The most high impact med out of all of them.
But this does secure the max season, right? Like Domo's the only one that didn't get the award from
Yeah.
this.
How does it feel, man? How does it feel?
All right, let's move along to off-classer of the season.
Yep. We have 4 nominees here for off-classer of the season, being Gazi, Ixie, Nubby, and Zoe.
All right, someone talk about this.
Zoe off class at LAN, so I think he's got it for that. I don't remember anything about Zoe off classing in the season. Nubby's an off class merchant. He's always going spy or sniper for some reason. Tears my hair out sometimes. And then Gazi Pyro is what I'm thinking of. Mainly.
Puts in a shift on NG on Snake last.
Whoa, those 14-minute NG sessions. Whoa. I don't know. It's. I think I vote for Gazi.
Yeah, I feel like Kazi should win. Also,
Yeah.
Ams on NG should be in here, I think.
Not
Hams
to
on
mention
NG
Amazon
is
grass
crazy.
based crits heavy. What's that
Also,
about?
yeah. Also,
Wait,
That's
why
a
is it
new
not
this
Nubby?
season thing, though, right?
You don't think it's Nubby over Gaz?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think it's Kazi with the pyro.
I think.
Gazi Pyro is like, it's fine, man. It's just fine.
It's
Am I
more
wrong?
funny,
What does
so-
it do?
You choked a snake water? No,
Okay,
snake-
that was
don't
10
touch that.
million years ago. And yeah, I did choke. That's true, but like what does it do against other teams?
I think Nubby's off-classing is oversaturated. I think he
Maybe.
he does it so much and has so many good performances, but then
Yeah.
there is some where he just hits nothing sometimes, and he'll admit that himself. Whereas Gazzy, whenever he goes pyro, there is literal impact.
Yeah.
I wonder should let Ixie snipe more. Just saying, because he's arguably one of the better snipers in Europe. So, if they want a sniper, it should be him, and he should shine.
All right. Any further comments from anyone? Any protests?
Are there any crazy heavy holes that we're missing? I think heavy is a
Yeah,
big off
AMS.
class that we're missing out on.
AMS on maybe.
I
Ams
put
had a nice
that
heavy hole.
put that credit on Condog, not Ams.
Nah, that's
Was that even in like the autumn season, or is that? I feel like that was an off-season revelation between that season and this one. Oh, it
yeah.
was
We
last season as
we,
well.
we started last season and it's fallen off, but it's still surprisable to have.
I think heavy takes a lot more skill than people give it credit for, man. So many heavies that just like die on the spawn door, or like fail to eat a sandwich on point.
Nikki.
My bad.
He's not even here,
Nicky's
just
got the spray
catching
down.
strays.
He's
he's
got the spray down. He's got the tight cone on the Tommy slab. It's fine.
I don't remember what
Oh,
happened,
my
but we were
bad.
talking about stuff that's just like iconic moments for
Yeah,
players.
that is
It's just like you have the Herpy not getting on the point, you have the Yeehor heavy moment, and then something else happened that recently that we thought, oh yeah, that's one as well.
bring Jorge back, man. Hard counter.
Like as a
Yes,
chaos
yeah.
version.
All right. Let's run it down one by one. Bum freeze.
Yeah.
Who would you go for? Nubby or Gaz? Seems like this is the vote. Who'd you vote for?
I don't know who I voted for. I'd have to open it up.
If you had to
but,
vote right now, who would you vote for?
I guess Nubby. Nubby is the one I remember as having cool sniper plays and stuff. But I think most of the time this award is pretty redundant. Honestly, it's
just
like
goes to
there's
sniper
not a
season,
lot of
doesn't it?
people who like perma snipe anymore or anything that's like the off class has a lot of value. It's just like whoever spends the most time on the off class seems to get it.
I do think it's a bit of a stinky award now, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. With that in mind, Sodium.
Yeah, I'll hand out the Stinky Award. Zoe coming in fourth. Ixie coming in third. Yazzie taking second. And Nubby winning it again. Third consecutive season.
Fair enough.
Chaos Merchant.
That KD, what the hell is that? 25 and 18 minutes.
All the sniper frags, man.
Yeah, Chaba, remember when we said that you bait a lot?
All right. Congratulations to Nubby winning off classer this season. We're gonna go to a spicy award now. I think this is a good one. But no. We just did off class. We got debut of the season.
Yes, debut. We have 3 nominees here. One of them is present here. Hans, Balder, and Grix.
All right.
I mean, no disrespect to you, Haunts, but this is not a contest, and this is
Yeah,
Baldur's. This
I
is
agree.
Baldur's.
Don't worry, I know. He's a scout player. I can just win against a scout player. That's impossible.
Baldur,
Just a roamer.
Yeah, I mean, Baldur. We'd play the Swedish team. We'd like both witness League of Shadows and us. We'd 5-0 them in 12 minutes, and Baldur would still be like 15-5. What? What's going on? This guy's crazy.
What happened to Balder, man? Just disappeared.
He's got really crap net. I think that's why he's not playing this
Yeah.
season.
Oh,
I think
I see.
I think if you isolated that season, it's probably him. With like hindsight of this season, it's easier to give it to Haunts, but it could also just because he's not playing as well.
Absolutely, Haunts is going to have a much longer lasting impact on Prem
Yeah.
and Prem history than Baldur will. Like Baldur reminds
Unless
me.
the Swedes come back.
Yeah, Baldur reminds me of Nuki in a way. Just that one season,
One and done.
and then becomes something else like a CS pro or something. And it's funny because I've got my friends list. He just launched CS, so
Yeah, he's really
We'll
good
never
at
know.
CS as well.
Swedish
he's
man,
incredible
yeah.
at CS.
Swedish CS genes, yeah.
All right. Are we all just in accordance? Do we need to discuss this anymore? Wait, who's the
Also,
other
Griggs,
nominations?
Griggs,
Griggs.
yeah, he's pretty good as well. We can't
okay.
forget him. He's pretty nice.
Griggs has good frag videos and he plays with mouse excel. That's weird.
Oh, he does. Eesh.
Yeah, shot me and Jordy really hard on LAN. I remember that.
Yeah.
In like some horrid like 11 a.m. scrim or something. That we played as like a warm up before we played against Yukuni. It's bad.
Oh,
All right.
I
shout
think
out
there's
Griggs.
a pretty big gap between Haunts and Boulder and Grix, though, still
Yeah,
in those three.
All right.
Alright.
Sodium.
As people expected, Griggs coming in third, Hounds coming in second, and Balder taking it. Indeed, congratulations.
Stat TPM, what the hell is that, man?
That's
It's
crazy,
340
KD.
DPM.
I don't understand how he did it last season. And at
Yeah.
LAN, he did the same thing at LAN. It was ludicrous.
Hopefully, one day this guy comes back because he's kind of goated. Pretty good player. Congratulations to Balder. I know, actually, Horns. Didn't you trial this guy for?
Yeah, we were supposed to play with him instead of Loopy, but then he found out his internet is bad when we played a couple of games with him. We're just unlucky. I mean, we got a better player, but it's whatever.
All right, all right. Let's go on to the actual most important award of the season. This is why everyone is here. So, caster of the season.
God, I hope you come last.
Oh my god, same. Honestly,
So for caster of the season, we have 7 nominees: Peters, TurboTaps, Not Steven, Wondum, Cerny, Bum, and the man himself, Dumtum.
I still am a firm believer in the fact that we should have a Dumtum of the Season award because nobody does
Yep.
the job he does. I think he should have his own award and stop robbing Caster of the Season. Just saying.
Agreed. Yeah.
Such-
I'm not mad that I'm not getting it, but definitely agreed.
I vote for you, Bum. Just
Thank
saying.
you. Thank you.
all right. Actually, yeah. Let's do a rundown of the players. Who do you guys vote for? So Kunu voted for Bum. Who do you vote for, Horns? Do you remember?
I think I voted for Bum as well, but I don't remember. Maybe Tumtum? I don't know.
And Mac, could you take?
I'd probably put Bum because I'm biased.
Yeah, I also voted Bumfreeze. I think when it comes to casting, Bumfreeze is the best. Dumtum has figured out the system where he gets all the open players to watch his stream because he casts their
Highlander
game.
players, man.
Oh my god, it's
Disgusting.
it's hard out here for the rest of us. Nah, I think you look at who's technically the best caster, and it's Bumfreeze, and it's not that close.
Well, thank you. That's very flattering of you all. Oh,
And,
it's so awkward being told that. No, don't know what to say.
Oh, thank you.
I'm really good.
I just think the experiences speak for themselves. Like, it's Lucky and Bum who cast the I-Series Grand Final. I think that says enough, personally. And Lucky's not here, so can't give it to him.
Real. Lucky's playing Div 1. Imagine. All right, Sodium. Who won this?
Yep. Actually, the closest vote of the night is in caster. Coming in last is Cerny. Then we have a tie for 5th place between Steven and Juan. Turbo coming in 4th. Bum coming in 3rd. Beaten out by 2 votes by Beater. And Dumtum takes it by 5 votes over Beater.
No.
What is this picture?
Wait, does it have any stats? This guy sucks.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
guy- that is crap.
That bro got
Should have,
dipped
like-
the whole season.
Stats of how many matches he's casted for each season, each game mode.
I mean, this guy, he's the guy who sends out the alert on TFTV Discord weekly. He has to, like, organize us to, like, get in a Mumble channel. He
Oh,
usually finds us
fair.
the STVs as well, because we don't have 7me stuff.
There's no question about it from my PV. Like, if Dumtum doesn't do what he does, EUTF2 doesn't exist. at least produced a ETF2 who doesn't exist. Like that's why I say he needs his own award, because he's that good. He does it all, and he expects nothing back from it. So, I mean, this is what he gets back from it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the award.
All right, congratulations, Dum Tum. We can't say anything mean about him, or we'll get fired. Let's go along. The actual most important vote. It's the most valuable player of the season. Remember, guys, this is for the season and not for the LAN that happened in the middle of the season.
All right, we have 3 nominees being Peppy, Thomas, and Fancy.
Right. Well, Nobby not being here is a crime, but
Yeah.
I did vote Thomas, and I think it is him. So,
And we said all that stuff about Fancy, but I don't know if he should be in for best player.
that feels a bit far. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he should. I'm not being
Damn,
biased.
I respect
but
that.
You
I
are,
respect
but
that.
whatever.
I'm not,
Always
I'm
pick
not,
up your
I'm not.
teammate, man.
He plays for another team and still destroys people. I
True.
don't know.
Honestly, that happening like really late in the season probably like adds to why a lot of people would have like wanted that him to be in there.
It does reminisce of Lucas on that Feint roster in season 32, 33. It does reminisce of that, but I think, yeah, it is Thomas. I'm sorry, it is
Yeah.
Thomas.
Definitely.
It is Thomas. It is what it is.
Yep, Thomas, he's just him. It's what to say. This guy owns. Bumfries, any comments?
No, I mean it's Thomas. best player on the best team, like consistently for the last few seasons. So yeah, it's very difficult not to give it to Thomas, as much as the Fancy vote is a funny one. Like serious talk, it's Thomas.
I wouldn't fault someone for picking Pappy. I don't remember that season, like how it played out online. Like, so whichever one of those two had the better season, like isolated to like just the online part of it.
Yeah, I think you can make the argument that like Peppy,
think
like leading
you
the
can-
team or whatever,
yeah, you can make a
can make
leadership
him the
argument.
most valuable player, and that's
Yeah.
up to how you define what the most valuable player is. If it's in the game or outside the game. I think the outside the game can be really hard to measure if you're not on the team. But yeah, I think that depends how biased you are. I vote Thomas as well, I'm gonna be honest. Let's take it away. Sodium, who got
Yeah.
this?
For the final award of the night, we have Fancy coming in third, Pappy coming in second, and Thomas taking it home. Second consecutive season. Fourth player of the season in total.
Damn,
Yeah.
Fancy almost got it. It's crazy.
I mean, you see these stats on your screens, boys. They're kind of insane. How does he do this?
He's second in damage to Boulder, man. I don't know. Fix the wall. This is bullshit.
This guy's just getting like chip kills on 10 HP players, I swear.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting a really good question that I don't know if we can answer, but what is the highest average kills of all time? Do we know?
It's gotta be
Jinx is
this.
gonna go.
There's no way it's not this.
Yeah, this has to be. Like
It could
one
have
of the-
been the season 42 as well, wasn't that? Like some.
Maybe,
I said it
maybe,
earlier. on
maybe
the
dumb
same
high,
thing.
but I don't
Could it
think
be
it's
like
this
some
dumb high.
Could it be like some like farmed Tiger season as well? Maybe. Or did you not farm this hard ever?
If it's not those two, I'm thinking back to your season 7, season 8 Demoman
Okay.
days. But yeah,
or like a shocky season, like randomly maybe from like back when that guy held Badlands choke 3v1.
Shocky this season could take it, man. After playoffs, he could drop some 60 bombs back
if he
to back.
if he turns up to playoffs.
Oh, I like that because
No, I heard that's only because I've heard a rumor that he's not going to be there.
oh,
What the hell?
okay. I thought you meant more like performance on the
No,
server.
no. Let's just say I believe Gazzy's been offered it.
Ah, interesting. That's conflict of interest.
It is conflict of interest.
He's gonna throw hard against you guys.
Shave your head. Shave your head. Turn into Richard Lewis again.
Okay, man. Yeah, do the investigation. You sick?
Source
Right.
2 TF3 is coming out soon, guys. I
Yeah.
am Mac.
So soon. All right, guys. Once again, if you didn't make it all the way through, you didn't start from the very beginning, Pocket Scout of the season, Tomas. Flank Scout, Ixie. Pocket of the season, Pappy, Roma Salentes. Demoman of the season for season 43 was Fancy Elf. We got Moolah on Medic. Nubby won off class of the season. Debut of the season was Boulder. Cast of the season, Dum Tum. And then the MVP for the whole season, player of the season, Tomas. I think that should do it for the awards. I'm going to ask you guys, open the floor right now. Do you want to talk a little bit about playoffs? Or
This
do you want to
season?
go to bed?
We can talk.
Talk a bit
Oh,
longer
I can
about
talk.
the
I don't
playoffs and stuff.
I don't want to go to bed. What is it?
All right.
It's 9 p.m.
All right, guys. So we have also had we're now forgetting the season 43 ever existed. We're going to talk about the current season. We have now concluded the regular season of ETF2L, season 44, and there were 4 teams in playoffs. We have got Witness Gaming, we've got TF2 Easy, we've got New Panzer, actually in second seed rather than the expected third, I think, for most people coming into the season, and then we got CSG. They took some points on TF2 Easy to make it to that 4th slot, knocking the Frenchies out. I think I want to hear. Let's start off talking about that game of CSG versus TF2 Easy. I want to kind of hear it from both perspectives. Hans, how do you feel about that game?
It was we knew it was gonna be a rough game, but we always believed we could have steal points, or at least like just one. We could have won both maps, to be honest. But we had to rely on Ruby Sniper and Tiger Scout to take product, and they're just crazy at that class. It's insane.
What about you, Kuno? How's that match feel?
More expected than anything else. I mean, we've been tripping over ourselves all season. We've had a lot of issues, and there's probably not a way we can solve all of them in time. So we're just stripping back to the fundamental of you're playing a game, have some fun, like. So, I think from our perspective, playing CSG is that cough maps are their strong point because they just use their DM, and that it made sense that they picked product if we didn't let them have bagel. So we've notoriously struggled on cough maps compared to CP maps, and they've, at least in the last season, been notoriously better on cough maps than CP maps. So
Putting Tiger on Scout seems pretty strong.
Yeah, Tiger on Scout. He's not touching Scout for the whole season and just plays once and just destroys. I don't get it.
He like immediately spawns, runs into like 4 peoples, and randomly kills 2 anyway. He's just out of nowhere.
Don't get it.
I don't know, Tiger Scout, man. Like, he was in the last round when it was 2-2, and it was like 30 seconds left on each clock, and I was shooting Tiger in the back, and Josh is like, "Oh, nice, just kill Tiger." I'm like, he literally 182 shots me. He's like, he killed both of you. Okay, sad. Like,
it's crazy how good he is. It's on Scout as well, and on Soldier. He's crazy on Soldier as well, and he's only playing scrims, and maybe a couple of mixes in the weekend. But
it all came from his dad.
I want to give a shout out to Nubby on that map 1 of Metalworks. This guy was like, I don't want to be mean, Kunu, but this guy was absolutely hard carrying on Metalworks. It was insane.
I wasn't listening. I was trying to type. What did you say? Sorry.
Nubby on Metalworks versus CSG absolutely hard carried you. This guy came in. He killed Condog like 10,000 times. But like 3 different classes.
He's, as I said before, he's a Chaos Merchant, and Condog is also a Chaos Merchant, but Nubby's a better Chaos Merchant. So, like, I wouldn't use the word carried, but I would use the word carried for Nubby for a lot of this season. He's having Nikki and not Ghazi means we only have one significant playmaker. I mean, Nikki can be a playmaker, but I think Ghazi is more of one to some degree, and it means the role falls solely on Nubby, so he gets more of the limelight. He gets to make more of the funny, cool stuff, like the wreck and the spy thing. God's sake, man. Yeah, but without him, we'd be lost, obviously.
Touching on that clip, do we not all have the outline on players when you spawn? Do we not all use that?
No.
You don't? Oh, am I the only one?
No, I don't.
I think that's a DX thing. You can't have it
I'm on DX.
I can't have.
How
it
many
on 8,
people are on DX8? Is it
Most
everyone?
people, literally
Vast
like
majority.
90% of people. Yeah.
So that's why everyone calls me a pub. I don't know. I thought there'd be some more. people on this side. I don't know.
That's not the only reason.
I mean, also like
Oh,
even
shit.
even then, I'm sorry, it's an awareness thing. Like, how would you let
Yeah.
that happen?
Yeah, that's true.
I
He
don't know.
tried. He tried the same thing against us on Metalworks.
Yeah.
When he disguised as Tiger.
Yeah.
So
It almost
Tiger,
worked.
Tiger
It's
would,
like a
Took a while,
BM
but it almost
play.
worked.
yeah, Tiger would never pick up Conley with a pickaxe. So there is no way. So I just came back and killed him.
Oh, we got
Oh.
the clip of it and everything.
Oh my
Brilliant.
god. I just watch this one more time.
This is insane, man.
One more time,
I
one more time.
can't-
How
Yep.
often do medics get an assist on themselves in a Prem offie? Is it the first ever, do we think?
No, but it's crazy how
This
many
has to be
times
the
he bumps
first.
players as well, and they just
Yeah.
don't care.
I'm pretty sure Alien shot him as well.
yeah.
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 But like, but I
This guy
think even
runs into
Alien is Alien stops shooting him.
Yeah.
In the clip.
He puts on the master Oscar performance. Like, he looks around like, why are you shooting me?
That's rough.
I would like to hear the comms that were really going on in the mumble, in their mumble.
They've been French, but I'd love to hear them as well. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Shouts to Nubby. All right, guys. We need to talk about the. I assume it's gonna be the first map. I'm not sure. It's the lower bracket match between CSG versus TF2 Easy here. This is a best of 3, I believe. I believe all of it's happening one weekend as well. No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, do we
okay.
know if there's a like what the advantage for upper bracket is this time?
oh, don't tell me they screwed it up again.
I think it's they get to pick first or something. It's something to do with the maps. I don't know what.
So
if it's a map advantage, I'm going to kill somebody.
No, I don't think it's that. I think
Definitely
it's that far. No way.
At
The
least-
higher seed gets the big advantage.
Good.
Well, not the
Nice,
map
nice.
advantage, but yeah.
Is it 3 or 5? Yeah.
I would need to look. I think we're just gonna best of 3.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, give them a significant pick advantage then. Like whoever wins between Foxy and Winner. Because that's like you can't give a really insignificant veto advantage, but you also can't do a map advantage because that's not
No.
a best of 5 America.
Agreed. I think map advantage is map pick advantage is the way to go over like missing a map of a best of 5. Always feels
Yeah.
a bit lackluster.
What we currently have is ABBA 4 eliminations, then 2 picks, then 2 more eliminations, then the side map, and the higher seed gets to pick whether they're team A or B. So
Okay,
I-
make,
I
make,
think,
make up for yourself
that's-
what you want to do, what you think is better in your situation. But as
Yeah.
the higher seed, you have the choice.
Yeah, it still seems a bit even in that case of ABBA
It's-
bans.
It's not easy to
Yeah, it's
the
it's a
balance
difficult
between
job.
giving just a bit too much and not giving enough. There's like not a good middle ground.
I think how for me personally, like if you're having a double elimination system, so you have an upper and a lower bracket, the
Yeah.
upper bracket winner, it's easy with a best of 5, right? And easy with a best of 5 and 7 maps like we used to have. You give the upper bracket winner both the bans, easy,
Mm.
perfect.
Yeah.
With this, I don't know what you do really because you have 9 maps, but
Go best of 7.
oh sure, let's play till fucking 3 a.m. like
That's
it's
what the
nice series,
Americans
why
do.
not?
Why don't we do it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we'll
We're not
start
American,
playing
so-
golf rounds in 2 halves. Golf maps in 2
They
halves.
talk about RTF2 being sleepy, but like every map goes like 10 hours there, man. It's
yeah, let's
So we
play.
start at like
let's-
11 p.m. too.
yeah, I don't know. Those guys are demented.
Literally, let's play an hour of process at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
What is wrong with
And
you?
that's like first map. Like then you're like, okay, dust yourself up. We still got the series to play.
Yeah, in the EU, we just started 4 a.m. to avoid that.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Crazy.
Can you
rules
imagine
set.
having to like you're at your LAN, you made the first LAN finals of your life, and it's 4 a.m. You have to
Yeah.
play against Banny.
He's like staring into your soul across
Bro,
the
it's
That's
just
the
monitor.
woke
worst
as
fucking
hell.
feeling in the world, actually. Oh my god. All right, guys. For the matchup, I think first of all, Horns, tell me why. Why are you gonna beat TF2 Easy in this this best of 3?
We just more prepared than them. I think our friendship is way bigger than theirs. I think.
If you want to play the friendship argument, you've been a team for 2 seasons.
Yeah, we're just big friends.
That's how strong the bond is.
Jesus,
Yeah.
I don't want to know what goes on behind closed doors then.
Mm.
Right, Kunu, why are you gonna smash these CSG noobs?
because we're all friends again.
Again?
And we're gonna play our fives.
Wait, again? What
Again?
happened?
You lose a couple games, you get a bit heated, but we're all friends again.
Nice.
we
Yeah,
lost a couple of games, but we didn't
You're
stop to be
expected
friends.
to lose games.
All I'm gonna say, Cooney, is that that's what my team did. So you could have disastrous results. Josh might start pulling out the D hit. You can't even say anything about it because you're meant to be friends. And then you're lying face down in the dirt. So
I mean,
hopefully not. But
if my weekend ends earlier, my weekend ends earlier. more alcohol for me. Like,
I respect that. Send it, man.
What about-
vodka? Fuck.
What about the upper bracket game between Witness and New Penza? I feel like we've talked about Witness already. Let's talk a little bit about New Penza. Why are these guys so good?
Yeah, they're shocking.
Watch 20 demos a week.
Yeah,
I don't know if that happens. I'm just.
They're
I think
Shockies, though.
they're super prepared. Shocky is like
Chucky
popping
cheats
off
online.
again.
He was mid on LAN.
Yeah, agreed.
Thanks, man.
Between Shocky and Gazi, Shocky is just more powerful flank. I feel like it's playing against. I hate playing against Shocky. I just
He's
don't like
traditional.
playing
He's really traditional with it, so it's
Yeah.
really annoying for the modern player.
Disky Hugo double sacks are always pretty good as well. Worth talking about. And then I don't know. They definitely deserve the second place standings in the regular season, I think. I think unfortunately TF2 Easy, we probably have like this scenario again where TF2 Easy have a better chance of beating Witness than New Panzer do, but TF2 Easy won't make the finals, so it's like one of those situations like when Pappy's Feint was meant to beat 7 or whatever, but then they could never make the finals anyway.
As you like.
That's my take.
I witnessed Sleepy. I didn't scrim against them much, and my team is really crap. Are they sleepy? Are they still good? Like really, really
Yeah.
good, or like just good? There's a
I mean,
difference. There's a difference.
They had a perfect season, didn't they?
True. Okay, they've got to be pretty good.
You can't be bad and have a perfect season. So
They're pretty nice.
I think they're there for the taking, personally, from whoever does it.
I feel like last season was harder to play against them, but it's becoming easier this season. But it's still very, very hard. They're still very good.
Every team is sleepy in their own ways, from the look of it.
I think we're all just old now, like except Fancy, of course.
Real crap, man.
All right, so if we're to take a team ranking right now, let's just throw it out there from top to bottom. Bumfries, who's finishing first place? Who's finishing second? Who's finishing third? What's the rankings for you?
It's probably finishing the same standings as the regular season did, but if I was going to switch any two teams, I'd switch TF2 Easy and New Panzer, but I think after what we saw in the regular season official, I'd put New Panzer ahead.
I think one thing is this is a playoffs weekend, so it's a lot more likely that something crazy happens. I don't know, I could see any of the three teams taking it. I don't think I see Haunce's team taking it. I can see them getting second. But I can see any of the other three teams winning it.
Yeah. I think
Don't
it's,
agree with that. Don't agree.
Yeah, don't
with
agree.
that.
Exactly. Try and win, but
Fuck yourself up.
I think the New Panzer could be Witness, man. I think we've touched on it. Those guys like play a lot and they care a lot and they try hard and they have some crazy. Piggles and Joe are like. This is like their first grand final for both. Not Joe's, but first on demo. Piggles is his first grand final. If they get there as well, but you know what I mean. You know, we'll see if they buckle up or if they flounder.
I think Witness is gonna win. I don't think they're
Safe to say
beatable
that.
by any
What
team
is
here.
this pessimistic shit, man?
It's the truth. They're just good.
Come on.
As much as I believe in me and I believe the teams are good, I think the
well,
Witness are still fucking crazy.
I control Domo and Toe on Apex for you guys. Ruined their mood a little.
Should have gone to go out with Doma and broke his wrists.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, guys. Is there any final things you want to say before we cut it off? I think
What's
we're kind of
your
trailing
take,
into.
Wandom? You've just been asking the questions.
Yeah,
Time to,
give an opinion
time to
for
buck
once.
up and give an opinion, yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's
Guys-
Pappy biased, isn't it? It's Pappy biased.
No. It's Ham's bias because
Oh.
beat your ass. Oh my god.
I
Actually,
played with
don't
Amson
think that's gonna
Pappy, so
happen.
they're the top 2 players ever.
Yeah, he's so good. All right. I think I'm actually really excited for the new Panzer TF2 Easy game. I think once that gets to a best of 3, I think it's going to be really exciting to watch, and I hope we get there. But maybe we
being
won't, and that
hostile,
would be
yeah.
exciting as well. If CSG make the upset, all I'm saying is sometimes you want the upset to happen as late as possible. For the viewers' sake, because
You've just lost your modern answers chat. I can say that
I
right
know,
now.
Yeah.
I'm just having a breakdown, but I'm sorry. I think it's just All right, Horns. Can you promise me that when you beat TF2 Easy, that you also manage to make it interesting versus New Panzer?
Oh, we can definitely win against the Panzer. We had a close game against them in the season, and we had Soapy on Soldier. He's pretty
Yeah,
good,
that
but he
guy
has the
sucks.
150 ping. I think if we had Tiger there, it's obviously Cope, but I think I think we would have won with
Pessimism.
Tiger.
The pessimism one saying that when they beat TF2 Easy, but you can only say make it interesting versus New Panzer.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna be honest. I think the final
There-
might be a bit boring.
They're gonna be very tired after the demo reviews they've been doing this week. So
I heard
fine.
something earlier in the Yam stream. These guys are scrimming like 6 times a week. Is that real?
it's probably, I don't know. I
Jesus
hope,
fucking try.
I hope
hell.
not. But
I think that's actually a disadvantage because they just get fucking burnt out.
yeah,
It's
that's
like,
true.
You have like a higher chance of just like getting out. You're like, what are you doing in this push, man? We can't
Yeah.
play like this. And like, you have to go into the finals like the next day. Like, it's a vibe in it. It's documented. Many such cases have happened.
Sounds like a certain team's off season, and then Natty Newt show up, and it all gets a bit too difficult.
Wait, which team was that?
Don't stop.
You need to say
Yeah.
the
Not
joke
even
out
here.
for you, man. Come on.
Is it my team?
No, it's not
No.
your team.
Flip.
Oh, those
guys.
guys stink.
Alright, guys, I'm cutting us here. We're off the air. This is too much. Tomorrow, Div 1 finals will be cast by Dum Tum and not Steven, I'm pretty sure. And then we might do a proper playoff show next week sometime. I'm not sure if we'll do that or not, but otherwise, Premiership finals are coming up. The final weekend. We'll be there Saturday, we'll be there Sunday. Various casters, I hope, will be joining you. But I think this is it for us for now. It's mostly me. I just want to go to bed, I'm going to be honest. And I have the power to cut the show, so we're cutting the show. Good
Tired
night.
after the chicken wings.
They've been next to me for so long and they stink. I get them out of my room.